Hello everyone, I thought I'd bring another firearm out here for you to look at. This one obviously is a Sig, but I thought I would bring out today the Sig P365 XL. And just to show we are clear here, nothing in the chamber or magazine, so we are good to go for the remainder of the video. Yeah, so I this is another firearm that I bought brand new and have owned for quite a few years now. I'm sure for all of you Sig aficionados, you're able to tell that this is one of the original OG XLs because it has the removable back plate, but it also removes your rear sights as well if you're going to equip an optic onto it. That was something that they remedied with the newer versions, so that was definitely a plus, but doesn't necessarily bother me on this one. Obviously, I would prefer to be able to have the rear sights co-witness, but this thing's kind of a tack driver with this rear sight on, or rear optic on here. So I'm sure you all know that I'm a little bit of a fan of the Sig P365 line, considering I own the XL and the original P365 as well. I've carried that original P365 for a number of years, but I've never actually carried this gun. I've just taken it to the range a number of times, but I've never actually carried this gun before. This is the only pistol that I actually own that is actually equipped with an optic on it. All of my other pistols actually are just basic iron sights. Has your standard 12 round 9mm capacity. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. I feel like everybody kind of considers the micro 9s the lowest round count you want to go to is about 10, so it's a little bit over that, but it's completely serviceable for a carry gun, concealed carry gun. The XL has a nice little factory magwell in here. It's actually quite nice. It helps you kind of scoop those mags right into there real fast. It's nice and convenient. It's not a metal aluminum aftermarket magwell or anything fancy, but it gets the job done, especially for just being factory. I definitely can't complain with that. It's got a high, nice beaver tail, really lets you scoop up into the grip, lets you get a nice high purchase onto the firearm. This obviously has the Holosun 507K X2 green version on there. I do prefer the green optics as opposed to the red optics. I don't like that the green optics cost more than the red optics, but that's neither here nor there, I guess. Comes with the Sig X Series flat face trigger. I don't think I really care for the flat face trigger. It's not like I hate it, but I definitely think just your standard curved trigger is a little bit more comfortable. I think this looks cool, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's anything to write home about. I don't think it makes you become a better shooter or anything like that. I think that's all just kind of marketing, if you ask me. But it looks cool, and it's it's a fine trigger. If you've ever had one of these 365s, you know that their triggers are a little bit mushy, but they're good triggers. It's kind of weird. Like it's not a hair trigger, but you're gonna get a consistent break on these striker fired 365s. And they are mushy, but they're smooth, so it doesn't really kind of move as you're pulling the trigger. It kind of just stays there, stays stationary. It's got a 3.7-inch barrel. I kind of like to go over anything over 3 inches for concealed carry. I kind of like to be in between the 4-inch and the 3-inch range. I kind of don't like to go over 4 inches for concealed carry, and I kind of don't like to go under 3 inches for concealed carry. I think that's kind of like the perfect world to live in, between 3 and 4 inches for concealed carry. I don't know if I would say I like this one better than the original 365, but I do like the difference between the two, if that makes any sense. I think that these are both fine shooters, this one and the original 365. They really are they're way better shooters than what you think they would be, especially for how small of a firearm it is. It's got a nice standard mag release. Mag shoot out, obviously, even if they're unloaded, they shoot out pretty well. You're not going to get it stuck in there or anything like that. It has a little pull tab in case it would ever get stripped in there. Yeah, I mean, I like Sig. I don't think that they're the best, but I do like the 365 line. I think that they were very innovative with it. I think that it was very groundbreaking, and I do think that they are fine firearms. I don't think that they're the best by any means. They're far from, but I do think that they're pretty good for the price range. But I guess it's just the modulability of it. With the macro series now and all the 365 series, and they got the Fuse now, and they got the Rose editions, and I mean there's just so many different options to it, which is kind of cool. I think it gets a little bit watered down once you just start coming out with all these different variations to it. But I mean, I think I'd rather have more options than less options. Let's just say that. Even though I do think they become a little bit watered down with how many varieties there are, I do think that it's better to have more options as opposed to less options, especially whenever it comes to something that you're going to trust your life with. It's got a little bit of wear on it just from me shooting it. Like I said, I've never carried this firearm. I've carried its brother for a number of years, but never carried this firearm. I do like optics. I do think they're cool. But like I said, for like my concealed carry and everything like that, I'd usually just run with iron sights. But it's a nice looking firearm. It has a nice appeal to it, sleekness about it. I will say that I do think that the finish on this one, on the XL, has not held up nearly as well as the finish on my normal 365, and that would be a little bit contradictory, you would think, too, considering that I've never carried this one and I've carried the just the standard 365. But this slide on this one doesn't seem to have held up as well. I'm not going to complain about it, don't get me wrong, it's not like it's bad, but like you could just see like I don't necessarily know if that's like surface rust. I don't think it is, but it's just like almost like that Cerakote or that nitrite didn't kind of get in there all the way. It's kind of almost like it rubbed off. But I mean, as you guys know, I kind of like holster wear and patina on guns, especially pistols. But I just think that was worth mentioning, that I do think that there is some truth to that you're going to have some variations whenever it comes to the consistency of the slide finish whenever it comes to the 365 line. Now, do I think it should be like that for a mass-produced firearm? No, I do not. But I don't necessarily think it's bad now. I mean, if you pull out, a brand new 365 and it's got surface rust on it, yeah, I do think that's an issue. But like I said, it's kind of my obligation to at least mention that, considering I own both of them. And I did notice that there was a difference between the two, but that's not bad. I like it, as the firearm I'm talking about. Not that it didn't come with as good of a finish as opposed to its brother, but yeah, it's definitely not my favorite firearm in my collection. It's definitely not my least favorite firearm in the collection. It's just kind of something to have fun out at the range, plinking, kind of getting some fast follow-up shots without optic. It's just a fun range toy. And I definitely would feel confident trusting my life to this if I would carry it, but it would not be my first choice to carry. So take that what you will. But as Sig as a whole, I do like their 365 line. So I definitely would take a 365 over a 320. I'll just say that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys own any 365s, if you do, which version of it, considering that there's 50 of them out there now. But yeah, if you're interested in getting one, leave a comment. Let me know, and if you own one, leave a comment and let me know what you think of it as well. And also if you carry them as well, if you own them and if you carry them, or if you just kind of let it sit in the safe. So just thought I'd bring out another quick little video. Another little pistol in my collection. But yeah. So hope you're all having a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next video.